Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. Today's a little bit special because today we have Nameless and their entry for the BandLab Plus Coffee intro contest that actually ended last week. So you've seen the new intro as of yesterday that was produced musically by Alltunes from BandLab. But today we have this song called The Way by Nameless, which was meant to be an entry into the contest. However, it came in a little outside the deadline. So while it's not considered as an intro, it was absolutely awesome and needed to be featured on this show. With that being said, and without further ado, let's head to the left. Excellent track. I've got BL Plus Coffee intro, The Way by Nameless at OfficialNameless, OfficialNameless, out of Raleigh, North Carolina in the USA, repping 250 followers. Let's get him some more, shall we? Song has 2 likes. It came out last night. It's hot off the press, so let's call this a not so exclusive premiere, shall we? 4 plays. Let's take a listen. The Way is a catchy and upbeat song that blends blues and pop. I added sax to spice it up and it became a sax feature. Listen to The Way and enjoy the smooth and groovy vibes. Oh yeah. I love when I get saxophone and trumpet and instruments you wouldn't normally hear on stage at a small venue concert. Oh yes. You heard him. Oh, yes. This is the way. Oh, yes. Good top loop. Love it. The Way, BL Plus Coffee intro, The Way by Nameless. Great track. And what I really enjoy about this track is that it's not what you hear every day. There are 2 things we have a lot of on BandLab, depending on which pockets of the atmosphere you're in. For me specifically, I hear a lot of hip hop music and rapping. Very large pocket of people who want to be in the game, which is great. I love to rap. I love lyrical rapping. Not as big of a fan of the more melodic stuff. I'm a lyrical rapper for sure. And then I see a lot of electronic music. Also not bad. one of my favorite genres, and when done correctly, just transport you to a different place. This right here, this jazzy feel, anytime a song like this comes to my attention, I want to feature it on BANDLAB plus Coffee, especially when it gives you this kind of a chill vibe. So with that being said, let's get right into it. 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love in this track is how in certain parts the bass and the piano sync up. They're playing the same dun, boom, no, boom, no. Let's see if we can find a good spot. Oh, look, right at the beginning. How that bass and that piano just come together and take the song and fill it out and make it big and make it loud and proud. And that is just awesome. Big fan of how that choice was made for this arrangement. The second thing I love in here, it could be the vocal chop or the vocal sample, sure, but it's actually this saxophone. I love it. If it says Nameless played the sax, and live performance sax on this track transports me directly to a jazz lounge, but instead, coffee, 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 because that's what we do. Man, that is a vibe in the best way. I can't get enough of that. It's the right vibe. It's a perfect vibe. In fact, I vibe. So we're going to add it to a playlist. Not Covers Keep Us Warm. We're going to add it to I Vibe. Yes. You can always jump over to my profile and check out my playlists here. We've got our BANDLAB plus Coffee Season 1 features up. Season 2 in the works. And then one of my favorite playlists, Covers Keep Us Warm. So check those out. But BL plus Coffee intro, The Way, so good. Just as the vocal sample says, oh yes. It was so good. The one thing I think I want more of here, and this is, I don't think this song needs anything. I think this is the correct listening for this song. It tunes you in just enough, you vibe in all the right ways. But I think if I were going to add or change one thing, I would probably, because this is such easy listening and because it's so trendy right now, I would probably add in some lo-fi vibes somewhere. Whether that means we take an element of the piano during the saxophone solo and we create a lo-fi version of that, and then maybe what we do is we take the drums and we filter them. We put a low pass filter on there and we kind of muffle them. Make the piano lo-fi. And then maybe we add some vinyl noise and then let the saxophone shine through in front. That could be a really cool dynamic for this track. So that would be the one thing that I would add. Other than that, I mean, the 2 things I love with that piano and that bass, and then with that saxophone in there, are so great. And it's great the way it is. But if you're going to do something to notch it up just one more level, I think I would try making that saxophone solo really stand out by muffling those drums a little, lo-fiing the piano, and adding some vinyl scratches, or maybe some vinyl noise throughout, but like real subtle. It should only be able to be picked up in very specific places. It should be felt and not heard, which is something that I know we don't focus on enough as up-and-coming producers. Feeling and not hearing is also important. So a lot of producers will add elements that are, quote, felt, but not necessarily heard. So everyone needs to head on over to BandLab and follow at OfficialNameless and take a listen to BL plus Coffee intro, The Way. we can do better than 2 likes. I'm going to be reposting this on my page as well for plays. Also, don't forget, while you're over here, go ahead and follow DJTatious on YouTube, BandLab, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. We are going strong. BandLab plus coffee has been great, a ton of fun. I really enjoy featuring y'all, and your support really helps me keep doing this show. It is the reason I do what I do, so that y'all can see other artists, new artists, bring me artists. We want to be this collective community of artists. You can say as much as you want, oh, artists helping artists. But until we put actions to those words, we're not artists helping artists. So let's be artists helping artists in an actual community of BandLab artists who are actually doing something that is tangible to help other artists, whether it is positive feedback, leaving comments about the things we love to spur on artistic growth in those artists, listening to their tracks, liking them, adding them to playlists to help them become trending artists, or streaming their music in places like Spotify or Apple Music, if your favorite artist has that. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for waking up and drinking coffee with me. It has been my pleasure, and I will see you tomorrow.